I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. Did I hear him say that he's going to move the chair? Did I hear him say that he's going to move the chair? Did I hear him say that he's going to move the chair? Did I hear him say that he's going to move the chair? Did I hear him say that he's going to move the chair? I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I take this opportunity to welcome you to Royal Holloway. The ceremony is being filmed. The edited video will be available to download in February 2020. Please ensure that all mobile phones, pagers and digital watches are turned off. In the unlikely event of an emergency, and should we need to evacuate the building, guests should leave by the nearest available exit. Guests requiring assistance will be escorted. Once you have left the venue, please follow the directions of the stewards, who will guide you to the nearest assembly point. The ceremony will commence shortly. We ask that you do not leave the venue once the ceremony has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the arrival of the Principal's procession.
Please take your seats. Distinguished guests, parents, friends, and above all, graduates. On behalf of Royal Holloway, I'm delighted to welcome you here on this very auspicious occasion, our graduation ceremony. It's wonderful to see so many people gathered here for this unique event, including those of you who are visiting for the first time, as well as those of you returning to a place that has become familiar. To you all, and especially to those about to graduate, we extend a very warm greeting. During this afternoon's ceremony, graduates from the Department of Classics, the Department of English, the Department of History, and the Department of Languages, Literatures and Cultures will be presented to the Principal, Professor Paul Lesel. The first group of students will be awarded a postgraduate diploma or a master's degree. These graduates have studied at postgraduate level for at least 1 year and have taken either their studies to the boundary of existing knowledge in their academic field or studied in an area of professional theory or practice at a high level. They will be followed by graduates who will be awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Each of their research investigations has made an original contribution to knowledge through the discovery of new facts or ideas and the exercise of independent critical judgment. Please remain in your seats for the duration of the ceremony. The order of presentation is set out in the graduation programme. And so I now call upon the head of the School of Humanities, Professor Juliette John.
This part of the ceremony will be to recognise and celebrate the achievements of our students who have studied in the area of humanities. In this ceremony, we will be honouring those students who studied in the departments of Classics, English, History, and Modern Literatures, Languages and Cultures. In all these fields, students are taught by academics who engage in the top fields of research and practice. Their esteem is demonstrated by the high number of prize-winning staff within the faculty. At Royal Holloway, these disciplines enjoy an enviable reputation for the quality of the research of staff and the teaching expertise that they offer students, much of which is internationally renowned. We've celebrated many recent achievements over the last academic year. Research highlights include Dr. Zina Kamash from our Classics department, who's been awarded £228,000 from the British Academy for a project on crafting heritage and well-being in Iraq. From the English department, former graduate student Dr. Karen McCarthy-Wolfe has been appointed Poet in Residence at the Promise Institute of Human Rights, UCLA Law, to work on representing issues of human rights and social justice. Alumna Dr. Mary Jean Chan has been nominated for the Costa 2019 Poetry Prize for her poetry collection Flesh. Graduate Judith Wilson has just been awarded the London Short Story Prize, and Professor Ruth Livesey has been involved in many high-profile events to celebrate the 200-year anniversary of the birth of Royal Holloway alumna, the novelist George Eliot. Ruth has been involved in many things, including an arena documentary and a Six Music interview with Cerys Matthews. 4 members of the History Department are involved in BBC 4's new 3-part series, To Kill a King, which started only last night and will be broadcast tonight at 9 o'clock and tomorrow. That's Emeritus Professor Justin Champion, Professor Champion's former PhD students Charlotte Young and Loris Newport, and Head of Department Dr. Anna Whitelock. Dr. Barbara Zipser has been awarded £154,000 from the Wellcome Trust for a project entitled Plants and Minerals in Byzantine Popular Pharmacy. Dr. Jan Lamberts, who received her PhD from the department earlier this year, has just won the 2019 prize of the German Historical Institute London for her dissertation, Early Post-War Holocaust Knowledge and Jewish Missing Persons. Katie Broomfield, one of our PhD students, celebrated the launch of her co-authored book, First 100 Years of Women in Law, at the Law Society Library. Among the guests at the celebrations in the Law Society Library was the legendary Lady Brenda Hale, who also wrote the book's foreword. From the Department of Modern Languages, Literatures and Cultures, Dr. Ruth Hemus's work on Dada's women informed the first ever exhibition of this 20th century avant-garde movement to be held in Norway. This month, Dr. James Kent and Professor Hannah Thompson are leading a Global Challenges Research Fund workshop in Havana, Cuba, focusing on the relationship between photography and audio description. They're working collaboratively with Cuban scholars and practitioners to design a plan for the delivery of school workshops that will impact positively on the personal and social well-being of Cuban school children, socioeconomically marginalised groups, and disabled people. Students who have studied for master's degrees in these areas have gone on to successful careers as practitioners within the arts or within the cultural and heritage industries, or within publishing, marketing, education, and the media. Some go on to work in areas of cultural policy and management, and some also gravitate into politics, including areas of governmental policy, work concerning climate change, migration, and sustainable development. Others embark on successful careers in business, finance, law, entrepreneurship. Many master's students have also succeeded in winning competitive awards to pursue doctoral study, either at Royal Holloway or elsewhere. Our doctoral students, some of whom are graduating today, achieve success, as we've heard, as writers and thinkers, and in obtaining jobs as lecturers or researchers within higher education, or working with research councils or similar bodies. It's now with great pleasure that we move to the presentation of graduands.
I call upon Professor Boris Rankov, Head of the Department of Classics.
Principal, I would like to present graduates from the Department of Classics for the award of Master of Arts degrees in Ancient History. Tom Gayton. Catherine Hunt. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Classical Art and Archaeology, Claire Barney. Krupa Choksi. For the award of Master of Research degrees in Classical Reception, Mariana De Cataldo. Megan Neville. That concludes the presentation of graduates from the Department of Classics at this ceremony.
I call upon Dr. Vicky Greenaway from the Department of English.
Principal, I would like to present graduates from the Department of English for the award of Postgraduate Diploma in Creative Writing. Robert Sukada Bright. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in English Literature. Joseph Bowman. James Boyle. Kate Kavanagh. Oliver Latham. John Osborne. Grace Royal. Anissa Suleiman. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Creative Writing. Kishore Alam. Julia Barrett. Victoria Bovalino. Mark Campbell. Catherine Chong. Laura Davies. Chiara Feloni. Rakaya Fatuga. Rosalie Fiore. Madeline Harmon. Laura Helen. Bryony Hughes. Martina Krajnikova. Travis Mager. Claire Mully. Stephen O'Dunton. Imogen Shaw. Sophie Shepherd. Elizabeth Sotheby. Michael Wheatley. Judith Wilson. And for the award of Master of Arts degrees in Shakespeare, Alice Jessup. Lydia Makanovich. Luke Robertson. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Victorian Literature, Art and Culture, Selene Barron. Marissa Robis. Emily Tanner Wardle. Helena Vinson. Mao Yamamoto. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees in English, for a thesis titled Geographies of Transition, David Foster Wallace's novels, supervised by Professor Finn Fordham, Laurie McRae Andrew. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of English at this ceremony.
The Choir of Royal Holloway will now perform Come Shepherds Follow Me and My Sweetheart's Like Venus.
Shepherds, follow me, run up a base the mountain, run up a base the mountain. Come, shepherds, follow me, run up a base the mountain, run up a base the mountain. Siloe, Siloe, beside the fountain, Siloe, beside the fountain, beside the fountain, love laid to rest tonight. take heed, Lord's light him, taste we hence of light, taste we hence of light, taste we hence of light. And lovers dance, with gladness, with gladness, with gladness, with gladness. While love sleeps, is true, is true, and sadness. My sweetheart's like Venus, she's lovely and light. She's fairer than blackthorn, she's slim and she's white. There's no one is like her from far or from near. It's truth I am telling for all men to hear. Her form has the splendor of straight growing trees, her hair like ripe corn that is stirred in the breeze. My sweetheart, she loves like a shower of rain, now clouded, now weeping, now smiling again. But she who loves many is left without one. A faithful, true lover has one lover alone.
I call upon Dr. Anna Whitelock from the Department of History.
Principal, I would like to present graduates from the Department of History for the award of Master of Arts degrees in Crusader Studies. Thomas Barker. Ronan O'Reilly. Adam Serpent. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in History, Dominique Baldwin. Michael Flowers. Elizabeth Mahan. Connor McMahon. Philip O'Connor. Tasha O'Connor. Bernadette Trelawney. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Public History, Eliza Bishard. Joshua Daniels. Laura Felton Hustwick. Dina Histaso Mata. Emily Greenwell. For the highest average marks for the year 2018-19, Tasha Kitcher. Kieran Long. Rebecca Masterson. Christopher Page. Henry Palmer. Evie Randall. With the highest average marks for the year, Amy Swainston. Esther Sabo. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Holocaust Studies, Stacey Byers. Samantha Davies. Charlotte Dempsey. Rosalind Hulse. Jade Lee Smith. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Late Antique and Byzantine Studies, James Batterson. Adam Best. Simon Freeth Cooper. William Mars. Curtis Spencer. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Medieval Studies, Uneza Ahmed. Aidan Bayford. Maggie Bolton. James Curry. Colette Firestone. Rosemary Knight. Jessica Lovell. Katrina Pritchard. Joshua Rice. Elena Rossi. Lucy Thomas. Thomas Williams. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees in History. For a thesis entitled To Live is Glory and to Die is Gain, the use of battle rhetoric in the narrative construction of crusading and holy war, circa 1099 to circa 1222, supervised by Professor Andrew Yatiski, Connor Wilson. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of History at this ceremony. Thank you.
I call upon Professor Sarah Wright from the Department of Languages, Literatures and Cultures.
Principal. I would like to present graduands from the Department of Languages, Literatures and Cultures for the award of a Master of Arts degree in Comparative Literature and Culture by Research. For a thesis entitled The Infernal Paradise, Returning Back to Earth by Rehumanizing the Body and Land Through Caribbean Poetry, supervised by Dr. Danielle Sands, Renée Landel. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees in Comparative Literature and Cultures. For a thesis entitled The Migrant's Corner, Representing Mediterranean Migrations in Contemporary French and Italian Culture, supervised by Dr. Fabrizio De Donno and Professor James Williams, Caterina Scarabicchi. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees in Italian. For a thesis entitled The Italian Literature of the Axis War, 1944 to 1974, and the Collective Memories of World War II, supervised by Professor Giuliana Pieri, Guido Bartolini. Concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of Languages, Literatures and Cultures at this ceremony.
That concludes the presentation of graduands at this ceremony. The Principal will now make a closing address. So, to our graduates, I'd like to once again add my welcome to this ceremony in which we celebrate your achievements as the class of 2019. Graduation marks the end of your current studies, and it allows time to reflect and celebrate with fellow graduates, staff, family, and friends. And it starts the transition into a new stage of your lives. We're honoured to join you today, and I hope that your new degree will lead you on a career path that is both enjoyable and rewarding. This landmark day is part of an educational journey that started long before you joined Royal Holloway, for gaining a place required you to achieve exceptionally high levels of academic performance. Whilst at Royal Holloway, you've worked with staff who are leaders in their field and in departments that have a global reputation. The nature of your study at postgraduate level has required you to understand and synthesize a wide body of knowledge. Through dissertations and theses, you've tested and critiqued that knowledge to gain insight and to extend it to create new ideas and understanding. Ideas and understanding that now equip you to tackle the challenges that lie ahead. Now, in getting to this point, many of you will have been supported by parents, families, and friends. And so, to each of them joining us today, I'd like to welcome you also to Royal Holloway, whether from the UK or from one of the 120 countries represented by our international student community. I'm sure you are as proud of our graduate success as they're grateful to you for the support and encouragement that you've given them. So, on their behalf, I'd like to thank you for the difference that you've made to them during their studies. And I'd encourage you to be proud of your contribution too as we celebrate their achievements today. And I'm sure our graduating class would like to show their appreciation and join with me in giving you a round of applause. Thank you very much. Now, as well as support from your family and friends, your achievements have been made possible by your teachers, for whom today is special. Academic colleagues, some of whom are here now, have taught, guided and supervised you to become another generation of capable, thoughtful and ambitious Royal Holloway graduates. You've benefited from learning alongside world-leading teachers and researchers whose own achievements were, I'm sure, part of the attraction in coming to this university. The range of work undertaken by our staff is truly inspiring, a snapshot of which we heard from the head of school in her introduction. There are also many other highlights in today's programme across other disciplines at Royal Holloway, including protecting bees, supporting patients with drug-resistant epilepsy, creating novel award-winning films, using digital media and virtual reality in storytelling and enhancing audience engagement, and developing new superconducting quantum devices. This and many other activities help improve the quality of your classes and supervision, ably assisted by a wide range of support staff. But ultimately, it is your hard work and dedication that's enabled you to succeed. Now, whilst some of you have taken degrees to continue an academic or research career, most of you have taken programmes to develop higher level skills and knowledge that will equip you to work in a chosen profession. In a highly competitive global employment market, your new degree will help mark you out from the crowd, and I encourage you to be proud of your achievements. Those achievements and those of our academics are all the more impressive since they are not solely self-judged, but are confirmed by others. And as you will know, this university has risen over successive years to become a top 20 UK university in the league tables. And thanks to the global community that you and our staff represent, we're also one of the most international UK universities. The UK government has also recognised the quality of the research work undertaken by our staff here at Royal Holloway, with over 81% of that work classified as world-leading or internationally excellent, a measure that directly impacts your experience as postgraduate students. But of course, such success should not make us complacent. We recognise that investment is vital if we're to continue to offer world-class research and teaching. Some of you have benefited already from past investments in our teaching and research spaces, as well as the new library, study and social spaces in the Emily Wilding Davidson building. And we're continuing that programme of investment on into the future. Some of you will have also benefited from the investment that has been made by former students and supporters of this university. Just last month, there was an intense campaign in which they raised over £115,000 and through generous donations and matched funding from the Reed Foundation. And through the generosity of former students and donors, you may well have received scholarship or financial support that will have helped you in your studies. Through our investments and the support of our donors, your university will continue to grow and develop, and we'll keep you informed of our progress through regular newsletters which we send to you as part of your membership of our alumni association. The association plays an important role in maintaining your links with us as well as with one another. It also organises networking events to help you develop your professional life ahead, as well as reunions and informal get-togethers. It's also an opportunity for you to provide us with your news so that we can continue to celebrate your success. So as we now conclude the formal part of today's graduation, let me just once again reflect on the tremendous achievement of our students. Your degree certificates are a testament to hard work, intellectual capacity, and perseverance. But as you now leave this place, those certificates are also statements of future potential. While celebrating what's been achieved, it's important that each of you now considers what you are yet to achieve. The past is a vital ingredient in making you the person you are today, but it's what you do next that will ultimately define you. Many of you have started full-time employment. Others will be undertaking a period of voluntary or humanitarian work. Some of you may be taking a break, and others continuing your studies. Whatever your next steps, I and all the university staff wish you every success in your chosen endeavour. Thank you. So I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's ceremony. Please remain in the venue until the procession has left the auditorium. When you leave, you'll be directed to the Founders' Dining Hall for our reception. And I would again like to extend my thanks to you all for attending on this very special day. Please rise for the recession.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay in your seats while the graduates leave the auditorium. Once the graduates have left, please follow them over to the reception in the Founders Building. Marina, receiving.